I've lost it, and I've lost another friend, I guess. Um, we're just gonna jump right in because I'm low key winging it. I kind of had something put together, but I totally like completely changed my mind because I didn't want to do that. Um, so yeah, I kind of wanted to do that with another person here, and I no longer have that second, so I kind of just felt like weird talking about it. But now it's crazy how God works. So here we go. Lately, and I mean a lot lately, I've been sitting here and I've been questioning, like, so many people come in and out of my life, and half the time these people like leave on bad terms, and it's not even like I'm angry. People come to me and they say that I'm doing something, and then I ask them what it is or what it is that I did, and I didn't do anything. Like, they'll name other people and say other things, and it's just insane. And it's not even just Brandon. It's like everybody who has left, it's been something else. It's been somebody else that's actually like making, like, I don't even know how to explain that. But anyway, and I've sat there and I've been like, is it like me? What am I doing to make this happen? And just today I was thinking that, and then I'm like never on like social media. Like, I never like scroll. I'll like post shit and I'll like watch stories every once in a while, but I never like scroll. I don't want to see anything crazy. And when I do scroll, it's on Instagram, and all I have on there is like advice posts and everything like that. And today I was scrolling on Instagram, and I came across a post, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm good. Like, this is God telling me I'm good and everything. So we're all right. But anyway, um, I have been working on myself and who I am as a person and how I look at things, and to think before I speak, and to not be in control of, and like to really learn that I am not in control of my life, and that I can't control the people around me, and I can't control what people do to me or what people say to me, but I can control how I react and how I feel about it and what I do with those feelings. And I've been working on myself for over a year. So I I am calm. I choose peace. I do not argue. I do not fight with people. That is no longer who like I am. And I can tell you that I was a person who would argue and who would fight, but I am no longer like that. I am peace. I choose peace. Anytime anybody starts arguing with me, I read through it, and I take what's actually towards me and what like the anger towards me, and I respond to that. And if it's not towards me, I just say, okay, well, like, take a breath and come back. Like, or like, I do not fight. It's not who I am. But anyway, I can tell you that like nothing you say to a person, you could say so much to a person, and all they're gonna take out of it is what they want to hear. And no matter how many times you tell them, no matter how many ways you tell them, what you say to a person, all they're going to take from it is what they want to hear. Whether that be you're changing, or whether that be they're affecting you in a negative way and you don't appreciate it, or that be you're affecting them in a positive way and you appreciate it. Whatever you say to a person, they're going to take what they want to hear, and that's what they're going to take out of that conversation. If you're hyping somebody up, but you're also critiquing them, if they just want to hear, if they're a person that just takes you critiquing them, you coming at them, and you downgrading them, that's what they're going to take from it. They're not going to see the praise. If you're fully positive towards somebody, but they see you as a negative person, they're going to turn those positive things into a negative way. When you talk to somebody, it's insane what they can take and what they can move from that. and what they can use what you said to their like how much somebody can change it. It's completely insane. Somebody can change how they just viewed you doing an action. Like anything you say to a person can be completely changed, rerung, scrambled up, add some green chili in there. Like they're going to take what they want to take out of it, good or bad, no matter what. And how you then react to that is what's important. If they react poorly to what you said, are you going to react poorly back, or are you just going to be like, okay, never mind? Are they going to react positively and then you react positively back? Are you going to, like, it's all about how you want to react to the situation. Doesn't matter how somebody else reacts, it's how you react. And everything happens for a reason. If you believe that, and you truly, truly believe that, it is so much easier to just take something that happened and be like, oh, okay, move on. Um, anything you say to a person, they're only gonna take what they want to say from it. Everybody knows what they want to do. They know how to make their own decisions. Everybody has free will. Everybody can take what you say and they can listen to it and they can apply it. They can listen to it and they can take your advice, or they can just throw it down the trash. You can't force somebody to be somebody that they're not. And I mean, even if you do, it's not going to last very long. It's going to eventually blow up. And if you're not letting them decide to be this person on their own, then it's really just going to blow up. And it's going to be worse than it ever could be if you just left it alone. And um, so if you're telling somebody, oh, stop doing this, you shouldn't do that, blah, 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 they're not going to listen to you unless they want to change that or they want to stop doing that. Same thing goes if somebody acts a certain way, if they don't want to change that about themselves, they're not going to change that about themselves. All they're going to take from what you're saying to them is the bad. I have gone to multiple people and I have said, hey, this, yada, 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 you're acting this way. I don't really appreciate how you're talking to me like this. You've been this to me, blah, blah, blah. We're good. Like, I know that you have other shit going on. I don't care how you treat me, but I just would like you to know, like, it needs to, like, stop. And I've done this for multiple people. And they're going to take what they want to take out of what I'm saying. So they're not going to take any of the nice things, any of the motivation, anything that I say. All they're going to take out of it is that I'm criticizing them and I'm being a bitch or being rude to them, and they don't like what I'm saying to them, and um they don't want to take accountability for what I'm telling them. And so then they're not going to change. That's part of taking what you want from it. So when somebody is fixing something about themselves, you can't shove anything down their throat. If you want them to change, you probably shouldn't be their friend. Like if you want them to change their whole personality or like how they are as a person, what they do as a person, then you probably shouldn't be their fucking friend in the first place. A true friend is just there to support and listens to what they have to say, and like looks at their side before they go and they just blow up in their face. I'm not the person that I am because somebody shoved it down my throat. I used to be filled with anger and I still do have an attitude. I used to be a brat. You can go text my mom, you can text my stepmom. I talk about her at the end of every podcast. I used to be a brat. I still do whatever the fuck I want, but I'm more respectful about it. And that's not because everybody was shoving things down my throat, telling me, oh, stop doing this, stop being this, because people did do that to me, and I just became worse. It's not until I sat in a room and looked in the mirror and didn't want to be the person that was staring back at me, I didn't want to be that person anymore. And that's when it changes. So you can't force something on a person, and you sure as hell can't make a choice for them. Nevertheless, if you are changing something about yourself, or if somebody is changing something about themselves, Let them do it the way they want to do it. If they come to you and they're saying, "Hey, I'm doing this and yada 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 and I'm thinking like blah 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 this and that," and you're giving them feedback and they're giving you feedback and you guys are going back and forth and how working out how this should go, then okay, you're helping them, you're supporting them to becoming something, a better person, to becoming who they want to be. But if you're just feeding them these ideas that they need to change this and they need to do this, it's never going to happen. You have to let people come to you. And if somebody is coming to you and they're changing, don't just keep on degrading. Like, listen to what they have to say. Listen to what they want to change. And if they want to change that about themselves, then they want to change that about themselves. You can give your opinion and you can say, hey, this, and that. But at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. And that's what they need to do. Whether you agree with it or not, that's what they need to do. And whether people agree with what you want to change or not, and whether people agree, like, no matter what, if you're doing and you're changing what you want to change and that's making you happy and you believe that that's what's making you a better person and you know what you want to change to be who you want to be, and you believe that that will make you a better person in your eyes, then no matter what anybody tells you, do that. And if you become happier and you do become that better person, you probably are going to lose those friends. But in the end, you're going to be happy because they didn't agree with you in the first place about who you wanted to be. So why do you even want them there? Be you, be who you want to be, change what you want to change how you want to change. Go and you talk to people, get people's advice, listen in to people, speak your mind. If people agree with you, people agree with you. If people give you good advice, take it. If people give you bad advice, don't take it. And you get to distinguish what is good advice and what is bad advice because nobody's head is the same. Nobody's soul is the same. Nobody thinks the same and nobody acts the same. So you do what you think is best for you and what you believe is right for you and your mental health and who you want to be and who you want to become as a person. And don't let anybody tell you different. I am on this path that I believe God has set out for me, and I am losing so many people. I've not even like to death, okay? This is like people look at me and they say, fuck you, and they walk away from me after knowing me for a short period of time, after they've sat with me and told me how amazing of a person I am and how real and down to earth I am. They then go and they just walk away because I'm too real of a person. Okay. That's just how it is. And I am on this path that I believe that has been set for me by God because I am not in control of my life. Part of that and part of just wanting to be wherever God wants me to be, it was part of my healing process. And I do not take a step unless God says yes. And I mean, hear me, there's obviously worldly things that I do and I sin, but like I do not take a step in a direction unless God tells me yes or unless God points me in that direction. If He is not there with me, I'm not going. And that's why I've questioned so much why all these people are leaving, because obviously you would think that being a better person, you would have more friends. But the thing is, there's posts all over the place. God removes people from your life because He heard conversations that you didn't. God removes people from your life because they're doing something and they're affecting you in a way that's negative, and they're no longer supposed to be in your life. I know that everybody who is not in my life anymore was not meant to be there. And the whole point of this week's podcast now is to let y'all know that even if you feel alone, you are not alone. And if there's people who are not contacting you and you're becoming close to God and you're succeeding and you're living the life that you've wanted and you're happy with who you are and how you're living, and all these people are leaving, it is not because of you. It is for a reason. And God has better people and God has better things in store for you. To back me up about, like, if you are close with God and you are on the path that He has set for you. Anyway, the whole point of this week's podcast is to just let you know that if you are getting close with God, and the closer that you're getting with God, the more and more people are just like falling astray and are no longer in your life. But you're like, I pray to God every day. I'm reading the Bible. I'm studying. I'm doing what He's telling me to do. Why am I losing all these people? It's because God hears things that you don't hear, and God sees things that you don't see. And no matter how much you think that these people are supposed to be in your life, and you think like, oh, they're good for me, they're probably not. And Luke 21:16-19 says, "And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not a hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls." Um, Another verse I have is Proverbs 3, 5 through, I don't know yet. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil." That was Proverbs 3, 5 through 7. And it literally just piggybacks everything I said. When you trust God, that He is leading you on that path, and He is directing your life, and He has you on the path that He has set for you, and you're good, then you're fine. Your eyes are your eyes are going to be deceiving. Your eyes like worldly things. Your eyes are a part of the world. Um uh in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct the path. When you acknowledge God and you say that you have faith in God, or whatever, however you want to say it, whenever you acknowledge him and you understand and you make it known to him that you understand that when he's in control, and when you want to be on the path that he has set for you, and that you like trust in him, you're cherry, you're good. But you have to have full faith in that. Just goes with how I said that, like, I'm not in control of my life, and I know that God is in control of my life. And me knowing that and understanding that, and then going back to the verse in Luke telling me that I'll be hated by all these people. There's multiple verses in the Bible that say that you'll be hated by a lot of people when you are following in the eyes of God, because they're into these worldly things, and there's all this worldly things around them. And um when you're straying away from all of that and you're more spiritual, people start to hate that. Okay, I found the verse. So, the world will hate you because you are not of the world. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own. Yet because you are not of the world, but I choose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. If you are doing what is making you happy, and you believe that you are on the path that God has set for you, that the path that like you believe you're supposed to be on, and you are the best person, the best version of yourself you have found. Even if you're still finding yourself, it really doesn't matter. You're probably going to be finding yourself for the rest of your life, and that's perfectly fine. If you're the best version of yourself and everybody is hating you, or there's a whole bunch of people in your life that are starting to hate you, it is okay. And the point of this week's podcast is to just make it known that that is okay. It is okay to be hated by everybody around you. It's okay to be hated by your own family. It doesn't matter who's hating you. If you're the best version of yourself and you are who you want to be, it is okay, and you are accepted, and you will find where you are accepted. And if you're not accepted, then you're looking in the wrong place. If doors are getting thrown in your face, there's a better door for you somewhere else. If the door you opened is a little, you don't really like it, you can close it. Just ding, go to the next one. It's okay. And it is okay for people to hate you. And it is okay for people to not like you. And it is okay for people to tell you and to come to you with a whole list of things that they don't like about you. You can take that whole list and you can throw it in the trash and you can say fuck you. You can look at that list and then say fuck you. Or you can look at that list and you can be like, okay, you know what, this thing, I gotta see why people would hate that. You could be like, but this one, throw that one away. You can evaluate what people tell you. And then you can either make yourself an even better version of yourself, or you could just throw that fucking paper away. It doesn't matter. It is what you want to do. And it's okay if you are being hated for being happy and being the best version of yourself, because that just means that there is better out there for you. And there are better people out there for you. Thank you for listening to this week's podcast. It's MJ, and I hope you have a great week. Toodaloo!